America triggered a strategic debate in the year 2022 by announcing the F-16 package for Pakistan. US CENTCOM Commander General Michael E. Kurilla voiced trust in the security structure of Pakistan's nuclear program.
Of their nuclear security procedures?
I am confident of their nuclear security procedures.
America voices of trust in a country that trains terrorists in broad daylight and is responsible for cross-border terrorism in the region. But this is not a new problem. India and Pakistan have had a historically hostile relationship, and we know that. But Pakistan also shares an odd relationship with America. As the United States and Pakistan approach 77 years of bilateral engagement, ties between the three nations are at a critical juncture. Let's understand how. In 1950s, Americans wanted Indian democracy to prove to newly independent nations that Chinese Soviet models were not the answer. It was also a time when US President Dwight Eisenhower would regularly consult India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru on international issues. Meanwhile, Pakistan sought weapons from Washington.
It's a relationship that developed and was cemented over the course of decades. Really came to be during the Cold War, at a time when the United States was not in a position to be an economic partner, a security partner, a military partner.
Pakistan's ultimate goal was to use weapons supplied by America against India and to combat India's military strength. To understand this in brief, America's action during the four wars fought by India can be considered. Now, Pakistan murdered 26 innocent people in Kashmir's Pahalgam on 22nd of April. India responded with unprecedented power, which left Pakistan in ruins. Struggling to fight back, Islamabad dialed India and requested to halt Indian strikes and consider peace. India stopped after DGMO talks. Then the American president decided to take credit. Trump claimed that India and Pakistan stopped the war-like situation after his intervention. Even though India has maintained the stand that ceasefire understanding was strictly bilateral. You know the story so far. But what we will tell you today is what America's role is in this India-Pakistan bilateral relationship and why India has trusted partners like Russia over it. Let's start from the beginning, the 1947 India-Pakistan War. Well, quite contrary to what Trump is doing now, in 1947, the US wanted India and Pakistan to resolve their issues bilaterally. A US document from the time said, and I quote, "We prefer India and Pakistan settle the Kashmir issue through direct talks." But it also added that if a resolution came up in the UN, especially backed by the UK, the US would support it. This eventually led to the Kashmir issue being internationalized. Then came the 1962 India-China War. During this war, the US supported India militarily, sending weapons and supplies. But it also used the moment to pressure India to negotiate with Pakistan over Kashmir. Meanwhile, Pakistan tried to take advantage of India's war with China, asking the US for help in getting Kashmir. However, President J.F. Kennedy refused, warning Pakistan not to open another front, or else it will be seen as a hostile act. After Pakistan launched an all-out war in India in 1965, despite assurances otherwise, America severed its ties and stopped military aid to Pakistan. However, 37th US President Richard Nixon, a stringent critique of non-alignment, reactivated ties with Pakistan to stabilize ties with China. The 1971 India-Pakistan War. This was when America openly supported Pakistan, sending warships towards India. Why? Because Pakistan had helped the US open ties with China, so Washington didn't want to upset Islamabad. However, America's support for Pakistan came despite global outrage over its brutal actions in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. In the end, the US lost goodwill in both countries, in Pakistan for not doing enough to prevent defeat, and in India for backing a regime accused of atrocities. President Nixon also held India responsible for the 1971 India-Pakistan War and for complicating his openings to China. Then US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger encouraged China to get military involved and hinted that the US would protect Beijing from any criticism. Kissinger told China's UN representative that a Pakistan-China-US axis was needed to scare India back to the pavilion. Nixon and Kissinger sacrificed a reasonably well-working relationship with India for a shiny new objective called China.
Multiple decades, Western countries did not supply weapons to India and in fact saw a military dictatorship next to us as the preferred partner.
In 1979, when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, America rebuilt its ties with Pakistan to equip Afghan Mujahideen to fight Soviet troops. This was damaging to India's security interests as it led to the rise of Pakistan's state spy organization, Inter-Services Intelligence, also known as ISI. Billions of funding from Americans boosted the ISI, which allowed it to grow and become a national security menace for India. America, under the presidentship of Ronald Reagan, also turned a blind eye to Pakistan's rapidly progressing nuclear program. After the 9/11 terror attacks and the US invasion of Afghanistan to defeat the Taliban, America needed Pakistan once again. This war marked a major shift in the US policy. For the first time, America clearly sided with India. When the US found out that Pakistan had crossed the line of control, President Bill Clinton strongly condemned Pakistan. He also played a key role in getting Pakistan to pull back its forces. Soon after, Clinton visited India in the year 2000, staying 5 days, while he spent only a few hours in Pakistan. That trip showed that India-US ties were entering a new era. Now, the US, under President George Bush, provided advanced military equipment to Pakistan, including the F-16 fighter aircraft. Though Pakistan claimed that the jets were only meant to be used for counter-terrorism operation, it was evident that they were aimed at India. As expected, F-16 jets were used in operations against India, most recently in 2019, as both countries clashed after the Balakot airstrike. India faced repeated terror attacks, from the 2001 Parliament attack to the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks in 2008. Washington was capable of doing a lot more than just condemn the cross-border terrorism by Pakistan, but it did not. Trump's claim of stopping a potential nuclear war between India and Pakistan touches a raw nerve for New Delhi. Why? Because it revives the idea of India-Pakistan hyphenation, treating both countries as if they are part of a single problem. India has worked hard diplomatically to shed that image. It goes against India's established position that the problems with Pakistan have to be resolved bilaterally without the need for a third-party intervention. As far as third party goes, the US on many occasions has acted more in Pakistan's interest than India's. Now coming back to the recent issue, helping reduce tensions is not the same as meddling in issues like Kashmir, something that Trump has falsely claimed or offered to do several times. In short, the US role has shifted over time, from leaning towards Pakistan to becoming more supportive of India in recent decades. But even today, India insists that its issues with Pakistan should be handled bilaterally, without any third-party interference, no matter what Trump claims.